Namaskar children and welcome. In this video we are going to see 7th science lesson number 8 static electricity. This is the second part of the lesson children. Let's move on page number 54. What is given on page number 54? Some examples of electric charge. One best example of electric charge children, when you take a comb, you rub it, comb or your scale children, and rub it on your hair and then bring it near the bits of paper. You have done this many a times. What happens? Those bits of paper get attracted to the scale or comb also if we try, but we always try it with a scale. Next example given is the comb and tap water. Let the tap water have a very thin stream of water and then bring a rubbed comb near the stream. You will see that the water is slightly moving towards the comb. You have to be very careful in this observation children. Next one, balloon and wall. You rub a balloon on your hair and take it near the wall. You might have seen this also children in most of the birthday parties, that the balloon is sticking on the wall, right? So these are a few everyday examples of static electricity or frictional electricity. We have seen this in the last page. What are the new words? There is one box given here. The number of positive and negative charges are equal on an uncharged or neutral object. This we know. The electric charge generated by induction stays only as long as the charged object is near to it. This also we know, that the electric charge is remaining there for a very short period of time and only as long as the object is near it. Induction means you induce something, you start something. That is the meaning of induction. We produce those charges. That is induction of charges. Now children, on page number 55, just one little activity is given and there is a mention of gold leaf electroscope. What is a gold leaf electroscope? It is an instrument which is used to identify whether the object is having electric charge or not. What we will do? We will bring the object which we want to test near the tip of the electroscope and the two leaves. If the two leaves are repelling each other, then yes, the object is having charges. If the leaves are not repelling, then no, the object is not having any charges. So that's why gold leaf electroscope is used. Next box mentions about Benjamin Franklin, but we have already heard the story as to how Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity. So we have already covered that. Now children, let us move on page number 56. There is a lot of interesting information given on this page. First, what is atmospheric electric charge and how a lightning and lightning strike is produced. Now there is a very beautiful explanation given in our textbook children. Now see, we are hearing lightning and thunder sometimes. How does this occur? When air and clouds rub against each other, air and clouds, the upper part of some clouds on the upper side becomes positively charged and the lower sides become negatively charged. Yes, the upper part of the clouds become positively charged and the lower part of the clouds become negatively charged. So there are different charges developed in the clouds. Or we can say it this way, that when two clouds rub against each other, one cloud is getting a positive charge and the other cloud is getting a negative charge. This way also the charges are developed. So children, because of this imbalance of positive and the negative charges in the clouds, lightning is produced, which later on results in a lightning strike. There is a lot of energy when the two clouds clash into each other, there's a lot of energy which is produced between the clouds, and that energy comes down in the form of lightning. Although the science behind this is a bit complicated, but we can understand in simple words. So children, is lightning really bad because it is causing destruction? No, lightning is having its own benefits to the nature also. Everything comes with something good and something bad, children. So, what are the benefits of lightning? First one, it supplies nitrogen. Because of the energy, nitrogen molecules are released, and this nitrogen improves soil fertility. It goes into the soil and it makes the soil fertile. Next one, helps in forming ozone layer. Again, chemical reactions between oxygen atoms take place and ozone layer is produced. It is a protective layer around the earth, which we know. So, there are benefits also of lightning and thunder along with destruction. Next, on page number 57, there is an explanation of lightning conductor given to us. What is a lightning conductor? A lightning conductor is a straight metal rod which is placed at the top of the buildings, so that if there is any lightning and thunder, that metal rod will attract the lightning and it will straight away take down to the ground. And the buildings and the surroundings will be protected from this lightning destruction. So let us see what is the built-up of the lightning conductor. The lightning conductor is a device used for protection from lightning strike. It consists of long copper strip with one end forked. See the sharp ends. This end is at the highest part of the building. The other end of the strip is connected to a plate of cast iron. Other end is down in the ground. A pit is dug in the ground. Coal and salt are filled into the pit, and the iron plate is placed upright in the pit. There is also a provision for pouring water into it. This helps to spread the electric charge quickly into the ground and prevent damage. Okay children, so what is the construction given here? There is a lightning conductor on top of the building. It is going straight in the ground. There is a metal iron upright. It is connected to that metal iron, and then there is a pit dug. In that pit there is a mixture of coal and salt. There is also a provision for water. So when there are extra charges because of lightning, those charges will come down, they will go into the ground and they will spread into the coal and salt mixture. That's how the buildings surroundings are protected against the destruction. So children, here we complete with our lesson. I hope you all have understood the main concepts of this lesson, and I have made your understanding about this lesson easy. If you have understood everything from my video, then please give a like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends so they also can take the benefit of learning. Thank you for watching till the end.